All right, let's get a check on what's playing out with other markets now. Let's see if it's red or green on the screen for the crypto market, and it's red. Just like the $102,000 to start the week, 1.7% down for Bitcoin, Ethereum. Also a big drop there, 4.49%. XRP also down. So we're seeing blood on the streets starting off this Monday. And remember, there was a time when everyone was just tapping on their phones, trying to get rewards from, most of these tap to earn platforms. Some promised so much and delivered so little. Some did really well with their promise. But let's look at how some of these coins are doing, post all the tappings and all of that. Let's start off with Notcoin. After it was listed on the exchange, was trading at about 0.002 dollars. No, right now it's trading at this price. Right now it's much higher than that when it listed about 2 cents, and it's down 74% from the last high when it started trading on exchanges. Then we see the hamster combat. I know there were a lot of complaints about the compensation most people got. That's down 73% from the first trade on major exchanges. It's trading at 0.002 cents. Also, then we see Catizen. That's trading at 9 cents. Now, it's down a big 92.29%. So whoever bought at the high, which was, I think, over $1, I think about $2 or so, they're down about 92% from buying that. And maybe if you were compensated, maybe you sold immediately or you held. Depends on what you did with that. But let's bring in Adeni now, Oluokporo, who is a crypto evangelist. Hello, Adeni.
Thank you for having me. I'm fine.
Yeah, it's great to have you. And I don't know if you were tapping like most people were at some time in 2024, maybe 2023. But we're looking at some of these listed projects now. They're not looking so good, from the previous high, down 90%, 70%. How are you seeing that?
I think it's not really surprising. One of the things that we have to know is that most of all these projects have a lot of flaws. If you notice during that time, most of all these Telegram projects were basically hype over fundamentals. There was a lot of hype with the way people were talking about the growth of these projects. Another thing too is that is very important when it comes to having this kind of project is they did not really have plans to have their player retention. Like if you think of popular games like GTA, you see that there are a lot of ways in which they retain their players using the GTA online and bringing different innovations. But these Telegram games were just more or less about bringing people together, creating hype, having huge numbers in their Telegram groups. But eventually, when the tokens launched, many people just dumped the airdrop and there is nothing to keep them, which is the most important thing.
Looking at these prices now, we've seen some of them, try to recover. This year, we've seen the likes of, I think, dogs. That's a few months now. It's tried to, add up, in price, but still far from, the previous high. Do you think, most of these projects will ever get back to those highs they traded at the first time on the exchanges?
It actually depends because, at the end of the day, having fundamentals is one thing and also having that potential to spike. For example, a coin like, or a project like Dogs, as you said, if they're able to have partnerships with different projects, because at the end of the day, these Telegram games are as big as the integrations that they have. So let's say a game is able to be integrated into different platforms. Let's assume you're able to play it on PlayStation, you're able to play it on your phones, maybe they're on Apple App Store, Play Store. That could actually make those games get traction and bring the kind of fundamentals or the type of features that can enable them to come back. Because at the end of the day, these Telegram games or their developers have to find a way in which users can contribute one way or the other, either in terms of clicking ads, making the games what we call freemium, where it's free to play, but it comes with ads or limitations, or they can introduce things where you have to spend real money to purchase to ensure that it has like potential similar to like a Web2 game like Candy Crush. Yeah.
Right. So at this point, is it over for new sets of, play to earn games on Telegram, or has that season ended, finally?
When it comes to the crypto space, there's really, it goes beyond belief. Like if somebody told me 4 years ago that meme coins would be very, very huge as it is now, I would have said it's a lie. But if you look at the Solana ecosystem, Pom.fun is single-handedly contributing close to 50% of the transaction fees generated on Solana, which is crazy when you think of it. When you think that Solana was built as a platform to make transactions faster and not for memes. So when it comes to these play to earn games, these Telegram tab games, obviously out of the 100 or 200 of them that were launched, we are going to see 95 to 98% of them crashing. But we are going to definitely have two or three of them that gets the fundamentals right and get the kind of adoption that they need to survive long term.
All right, thank you so much, Denny Olokwaroku, there for bringing us up to speed on what's happening with most of these
Thank,
tap games. Thank you so much.
thank you for having me as always.
All right, so that's the markets today. That's how most of the markets we track are looking. Not too much action, yeah, but there's a lot of information coming out this week that would drive sentiment. For one, Nigeria getting that decision tomorrow, how much or how expensive borrowing costs might get or maybe stay the same going forward. Thank you so much for watching today. We'll cover that tomorrow. I'm Ladi Williams from the team right here at Channels HQ. It's bye for now.